Good morning and welcome to the show with me, your host, JP Keyter. Here, tune in to brandlive.co.za, and I'm going to keep you company for the next 30 minutes. The match between the Blues and the Highlanders are currently underway in Auckland and is the first fixture in round 10 of the Super Rugby competition. The Blues only have 2 victories under the belt in this year's competition, and desperately need to win today's fixture against the Highlanders. Coach Tana Umaga and his Blues outfit will enjoy the home ground advantage at Eden Park, but it will definitely not be easy against a spirited Highlanders team. You know what? The New Zealand's highly competitive Super Rugby derbies are beginning to take the toll on the teams with the Blues the worst hit as they scramble to field a side missing 18 squad members through injury. So we really feel it there for the Blues and for their coach Tana Umaga, and we wish them all the best. And like I said, they definitely need to win this fixture. And then the Lions will kick off their tour to Australasia against the Waratahs directly after the match between the Blues and the Highlanders. The team from Johannesburg won their last 5 matches down under and are still unbeaten on Aussie soil since 2014. Coach Suez the Brain and his men will definitely try and maintain their brilliant record against the Aussies and against the Waratahs later today. Now, talking about the Aussies and the Waratahs, it will be wonderful to see how Waratahs fullback Israel Folau perform in this match. Izzy Folau has been under a lot of pressure ever since he made some controversial comments on social media, and he's been in a lot of trouble in Australia, and he's also enjoyed a lot of support from religious groups as well as from the liberal media there. And now this whole controversial issue with Izzy Folau and Rugby Australia, it just doesn't want to go away. So the president of Rugby Australia, Raylene Castle, she's under a lot of pressure as well, because people say that she handled the whole situation incorrectly, and they don't appreciate the way Rugby Australia and Raylene Castle handled this whole situation. Now, this is an interesting thing that's happening because Israel Folau said that he will not apologize for the statements he made, and he is actually willing to leave rugby union. Now, the question is, can Australia afford to go to next year's Rugby World Cup in Japan without their most destructive weapon? And yes, he's their most destructive weapon on the rugby field and on social media as well. So we wish the Aussies all the best then. It will be wonderful to see how Izzy Folau can play against the Lions with all this pressure, on him. And wonderful news for the Stormers, and they must be excited for the inclusion of Sikumbuzo Noche. He's one of 4 changes that Stormers coach Robbie Fleck made for tomorrow's coastal derby against the Sharks in Durban. The Sharks played terribly against the Bulls last weekend, and they would definitely try to win against the Stormers in front of their home crowd in Durban tomorrow afternoon. And then the Bulls also coming up against the Rebels in Loftus tomorrow afternoon. Now, I must be honest, I think the Bulls will be too strong for the Rebels, and but we wish the Bulls all the best there as well in that match against the Rebels. Now, for some sad rugby news, sad rugby news from a very proud rugby people in the Eastern Cape, and that is Border Rugby Union. Border Rugby Union was placed under provisional liquidation early in the week. That is terrible news for Border. That means that 24 contracted players and support staff might be without work, not being able to support their families, and that's really, really sad news, especially from the Eastern Cape, where they have a proud rugby history.